He'll forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. On the give, this is their fullback. And he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Fields. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Fields. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Dolphins are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Miami's offense set and ready to go. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's got Wilson, middle of the field. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now they go screen. It's complete. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Here's Tommy Townsend now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Averaging over 50 yards of punt so far as this one's away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Jerome Baker. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Fields. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll start up at Highmark Stadium, just outside of Buffalo, where you see the final score there. Brock Purdy, a touchdown pass in the victory. From there, we'll head to Cleveland to check on the Browns at home at First Energy Stadium. And you can see they trail the visiting Cowboys. 2 touchdown passes there for Dak Prescott. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting LA Chargers. Alvin Kamara with 2 touchdowns thus far. With that, let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Miami. And they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. From the 6. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And the Jets head out on offense here to start this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Looking to throw again on second down. Fields. His first catch of this third quarter, he had 7 in the first half. It's also a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On first down, it's Fields. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on his team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Full of run show Fatukasi in there to bury him for a loss of 11. That time, Charles, great job keeping him in the pocket and not letting him escape.
And Brandon, I think this was a great example of the front and the back working together, meaning the back covering, no place to go with the football. And the front, terrific job on the edge so he couldn't escape outside. And then, of course, the inside pressure kept him hemmed in as well.
Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon. Fields now to throw. He has a man. It's complete to Wilson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. But that last throw, Charles, puts him over 15,000 yards passing now for his career.
And Brandon, they're not going to stop the game and give him the game ball here, but that's still a pretty impressive number, and he's got plenty of more good football ahead of him. Although I would say the team should give him a game ball after it's all over.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. They'll try the right side with Elliott. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
3rd and 2, and they ran the ball for only 1 yard, and everybody's going to scream at the offense. Well, let's give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. Defensive front out leveraged the offensive line. They got more people to the football. Yeah, they won that battle in a big way, and they're forcing a big decision now by the guys on offense.
Running with Elliott. Oh, good move. So the decision to go for it turns out to be a good one. They get a couple of yards, and as a result, the drive keeps moving. It's now 1st and goal. Now Fields. Touchdown, Jets. Garrett Wilson from 8 yards out. And the Jets take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
And in this day and age, I would love to play quarterback in the NFL. Wide open offenses, acrobatic receivers. If you're accurate, you're going to have days like this.
Parkey with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So that one a long 11-play drive. And Garrett Wilson capped things off with a touchdown grab. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that leads you into bigger errors.
Yeah, they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he powers his way up past the 30. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it's caught over the middle. Wilson. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Dolphins have got it. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, I mean, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better.
And going deep for Hill. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now, they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief that you still have the lead, but coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
To throw again on 2nd down, Fields. And he slings one that's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Fields. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Well, that's how you convert on 3rd down with an explosive gain of 34.
I would say just add that one to the total big plays he's already made here in the first month of the year. You've got to think the front office and the coaching staff have got to be excited about what they've seen so far and really excited about what they expect to see down the road.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Now it's Fields. Finds his man over the middle. It's Likely. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Working with a 2nd and 3. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 75 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive. And here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. Zeke with a shake and bake. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They hand off to their big tight end. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. On the ground with a tight end. Fighting his way in for a Jets touchdown. Brevin Jordan, a 3-yard touchdown run. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The previous play is under review.
The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So that challenge, a successful one. About a half yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal.
Back to throw. Fields. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
Going with their tight end on 4th. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Jets get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. That touchdown run, it was just straight power on 4th and goal, and the offense won.
Yeah, let me just follow up with you because we always talk about how the low man wins, who has the best leverage in the trenches. On that play, we saw who won that battle. But it's not just that. It takes a runner with some vision, too, to find exactly where the cracks are, exactly where the creases are, and punch it into the end zone.
Parkey adds the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now.
A 10-play drive that time, and it ends with a Jet touchdown.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
They're going to look to throw.
He is going to find Hill here. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking sideline, incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A gain there of 21 yards.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
They'll look to throw again. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 41-yard line. 2 big plays in succession, and the Dolphins on the move.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball. They leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Kayvon Thibodeau able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
He's NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Jets on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This will be 3rd and 6. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Now Hill to return it. A great return there of 22 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Jets are going to take possession of the football. Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
New York set to take the field. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. A first down carry by Elliott. 117 yards on the ground for him so far.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. Fields to throw on 3rd and 1. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it.
Mike McDaniel, he's going to ask him to take a closer look at this call. And out comes a challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Now here's the call. So good decision there by Mike McDaniel to throw that challenge flag. They rule in his favor. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain an 18-point lead. Charles, 54 yards. I'm surprised that came up short.
I would agree with that one because normally, if he misses, it's accuracy, not length. Because he has plenty of leg for that. But maybe it's like I hit my golf shot. You know, maybe it's like my wedge. You know, when you chili dip and you hit the ground ahead of it, sometimes that'll shorten your distance as well.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Jets are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Another solid game-changing play for this defense for the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. Inside give to Elliott. And some room to run now. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. This offensive line starting to win up front. You win that battle in the trenches, you can kind of wear them down here late.
So you bring in the second part to that equation, and that's the big running back, the big bruiser, who can get more than what's blocked and break a few extra tackles and gain yardage.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They keep on the ground with Elliott. A gain of 3, 2nd down. A give to Elliott. And he'll go down at the 28. 7 yards there and a first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
They go to Elliott again. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The give is to Elliott. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
From the pistol, here's Elliott. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal. Starting to look like this drive may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and minicamps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
A shotgun snap, Fields. He's got Wilson, and that's a Jets touchdown. A great play there. With his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Jets are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage. And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
But that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And Garrett Wilson capped things off with a touchdown grab. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Takes it at the 7. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Dolphins offense returning to the field. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Call it a loss of 16 there. And that's going to bring up a second and forever. They'll look to throw here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. They'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This is brought in at the 21. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt.
And the Jets will take over.
The New York set to take the field.
Not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They could definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they put in a lot of backups to do it, and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Dolphins getting set to go here.
Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. It's the correct call.
They run a draw here on 2nd down.
And he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets' 40-yard line.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. They find some open field here. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Austin Hooper. A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Dolphins are able to cut into that deficit.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And did the Dolphins get it? Yes! Miami football.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Jets are going to get the football back. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. On 2nd down, Elliott once more.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It's now 3rd and 7.
So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. Well, Charles, when you look at the stat sheet, ultimately one thing sticks out like a sore thumb. One side lost this game because they turned the ball over 4 times, and that was just too much for them to overcome.
And that number might as well be in neon because you're exactly right. It just jumps up from the stat sheet. Your eyes go right to it. And with that many turnovers, they really played themselves out of this game. Too careless with the football too many times. That cost them the victory.
So for the Jets, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they'll drop down to 1-3, and they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams.